Hey there, folks! It's that time of the year again when we gather around our tables, not for a festive meal, but to dive into the nitty-gritty of our finances. It's John Oliver here, and let's face it, talking about the budget isn't exactly as thrilling as, say, watching paint dry. I mean, who really gets excited about spreadsheets and financial reports, right? But stick with me, because there's more to it than meets the eye. But hold on to your hats, or wallets more accurately, because this year's budget pre-analysis is shaping up to be a real humdinger. Yes, you heard that right. This isn't just another mundane financial update. There's a lot at stake here, and it could impact your life in ways you might not even realize. Why? Because it's not just numbers on a spreadsheet, people. These figures represent real-world consequences. They determine how much money will be allocated to various sectors, from healthcare to education and even infrastructure. It's about whether we can afford groceries, find jobs, and maybe, just maybe, get that pothole on Elm Street fixed. So buckle up, Buttercup. This isn't just about balancing books, it's about balancing lives. We're about to dive deep into the murky, yet surprisingly fascinating world of Budget 2024. We'll explore the highs and lows, the wins and losses, and everything in between. It's a rollercoaster ride of fiscal policies and economic strategies. We'll break down the jargon, expose the potential landmines, and hopefully by the end of this, you'll be just as fired up, or at least mildly interested, about this thing as I am. Because understanding the budget isn't just for economists or politicians, it's for everyone who cares about their future and the future of their community. So, let's get into it. We'll look at how the budget affects different demographics, from young families trying to make ends meet to retirees relying on Social Security. We'll also examine the impact on small businesses and large corporations alike. And let's not forget about the environment. How much funding is being allocated to combat climate change? Are there new initiatives for renewable energy? These are crucial questions that need answers. We'll also take a closer look at the healthcare sector. With the ongoing pandemic, how is the budget addressing public health needs? Are there provisions for vaccine distribution, mental health services, and hospital funding? Education is another critical area. How are schools and universities being supported? Are there new scholarships or grants for students? What about funding for remote learning technologies? And finally, we'll discuss the social safety nets. How are welfare programs, unemployment benefits, and housing assistance being handled in this budget? These are lifelines for many, and it's essential to know how they're being managed. So stay tuned as we unravel the complexities of Budget 2024. It's more than just numbers, it's about our collective future. Let's make sense of it together. Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty, let's talk priorities. When it comes to running a country, setting priorities is like trying to juggle flaming torches while riding a unicycle. It's a delicate balance, and one wrong move can lead to disaster. And no, I'm not talking about finding the perfect avocado at the supermarket, although, let's be honest, that can feel like a small victory in itself. But in the grand scheme of things, our focus needs to be on much larger issues. I'm talking about the big-ticket items that are keeping our elected officials up at night. These are the issues that dominate late-night meetings and cause more than a few sleepless nights. Think of it like this. If the budget were a four-alarm fire, these would be the blazes threatening to engulf us all. It's a high-stakes game, and the pressure is on to put out these fires before they spread. First up, we've got inflation, the economic equivalent of that annoying houseguest who just won't leave. It's the silent thief that erodes our purchasing power and makes everything from groceries to gas more expensive. Inflation affects everyone, from the single parent trying to make ends meet to the retiree on a fixed income. It's a pervasive issue that requires careful management and strategic planning. Then there's the whole economic recovery thing, which is proving to be about as straightforward as teaching a cat to play the ukulele. It's a complex process with many moving parts, and progress can be slow and unpredictable. Economic recovery isn't just about numbers on a chart, it's about real people getting back to work, businesses reopening, and communities thriving once again. It's a long road, but every step forward is a victory. And let's not forget about infrastructure, because crumbling roads and spotty internet aren't exactly a recipe for national pride. Our infrastructure is the backbone of our economy, and neglecting it can have serious consequences. Investing in infrastructure means safer roads, faster internet, and a more resilient economy. It's an investment in our future, and it's something that can't be put off any longer. Last but not least, we've got the mother of all budget buzzkills, the fiscal deficit. It's the looming shadow that hangs over every financial decision, and finding a solution is no easy task. Balancing the budget requires tough choices and sometimes unpopular decisions. It's a delicate dance of cutting costs and finding new revenue streams without stifling growth or innovation. Can we balance the books without resorting to selling national treasures on eBay? Stay tuned. The road ahead is challenging, but with careful planning and a bit of ingenuity, there's hope for a brighter financial future. So, as we navigate these turbulent times, let's keep our eyes on the prize. With determination and a clear vision, we can overcome these challenges and build a stronger, more prosperous nation for all. All right, let's talk Turkey, or more specifically, the rising cost of Turkey. Along with everything else under the sun, inflation is the economic equivalent of that annoying friend who always eats off your plate. It's unwelcome, it's greedy, and it's got to stop. So what's the plan, Stan? Well, the government's got a few tricks up its sleeve. We're talking interest rate hikes, which are about as fun as they sound, but hey, sometimes you've got to tighten the belt, both literally and figuratively. Then there's the whole supply chain thing. Remember those empty shelves during the pandemic? Yeah, not a good look. The government's hoping to smooth things out and get goods flowing again because nobody wants to fight over the last roll of toilet paper. Again, Section 4, jump-starting the economy. Can we get this thing moving? Okay, so we've tackled the inflation monster for now, but what about the economy itself? It's been through the ringer lately, and frankly, it's looking a little worse for wear. The good news is the government's got a plan. They always do, right? We're talking investments in healthcare because healthy people mean a healthy economy. And also, it's just the right thing to do. Then there's support for small businesses, the backbone of any thriving economy. And let's not forget about the digital revolution. Investing in digital infrastructure is like giving the economy a shot of espresso. It might keep us up at night, but it'll get things moving. Section 5, building for the future roads, bridges, and maybe even some broadband. All right, let's talk infrastructure, folks. It's the backbone of our daily lives, the unsung hero that keeps everything running smoothly. And no, I'm not just talking about fixing that pothole that's bigger than my first apartment, although, let's be honest, that would be a good start. We're talking about the nuts and bolts that hold this whole country together. The roads we drive on, the bridges we cross, and the tunnels we pass through every day. Think of it like this. If the economy is a car, infrastructure is the roads, bridges, and tunnels it needs to get where it needs to go. Without them, we're stuck in neutral, unable to move forward. And right now, folks, our roads are looking a little bumpy. Potholes, cracks, and general wear and tear are making our daily commutes a nightmare. So, what's on the infrastructure menu for budget 2024? What are we planning to fix, build, and improve? We're talking roads, bridges, public transit, and maybe, just maybe, some of that sweet broadband internet that everyone's been clamoring for. Imagine high-speed internet in every corner of the country, connecting us all like never before. And how are we going to pay for all of this, you ask? It's a fair question given the scale of these projects. We'll get ready for some public-private partnerships because apparently teamwork makes the dream work. These collaborations can bring in the necessary funds and expertise to get the job done, and also helps foot the bill. By sharing the financial burden, we can make these ambitious projects a reality without breaking the bank. Let's dive a bit deeper into the broadband aspect. In today's digital age, having reliable internet is no longer a luxury, it's a necessity. Yet many rural areas still lack access to high-speed internet, creating a digital divide. This divide affects everything from education to remote work. Students in these areas struggle to keep up with online learning, and adults miss out on remote job opportunities. Bridging this gap is crucial for ensuring equal opportunities for all. Installing broadband infrastructure in these underserved areas will not only improve connectivity, but also create jobs. Construction workers will be needed to lay down fiber optic cables, and maintenance crews will ensure everything runs smoothly. Moreover, better internet access can spur economic growth. Small businesses can expand their online presence, reaching new customers and markets. This can lead to increased sales, more jobs, and a stronger local economy. Now let's talk about public transit. Efficient and reliable public transportation is essential for reducing traffic congestion and lowering carbon emissions. Investing in modern transit systems can make our cities more livable and sustainable. Imagine fleets of electric buses powered by green energy, zipping through city streets, reducing our reliance on fossil fuels. This is the future we should be aiming for. And let's not forget about our bridges. Many of them are aging and in dire need of repair. Regular safety inspections and timely maintenance are crucial to prevent accidents and ensure the safety of all who use them. Community involvement is also key. Public input can help prioritize projects and ensure that the infrastructure we build meets the needs of the people it serves. Town hall meetings and surveys can provide valuable feedback. Ultimately, investing in infrastructure is about building a better future for the next generation. It's about creating a world where our children can play, learn and grow in safe and connected communities. So, let's roll up our sleeves and get to work. Together, we can build roads, bridges and broadband networks that will stand the test of time and serve us all for years to come.